Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wiley. We got a big show. We talking the Bulls, Chicago Bulls review. And to help us talk about the Bulls, you know we had to bring my man Jimmy Black in the building to help us out with this. Let's get into it. The Chicago Bulls this year, big letdown this year. Let's just keep it a buck. Went 40-42, went from last year making the 6th seed last year to you kind of saw it coming last year, but this year it kind of really tailed off.
Yeah.
Inconsistent play, inconsistent coaching, and a lot of needs. And the other thing, a lot of other NBA teams got better, while the Bulls did not get better. They stand packed at all these trade deadlines and did not make necessary moves. So, James, talk to me, man. What should the Bulls do this offseason? What do you think they really need to address this offseason?
Well, as you look at the counterparts, the surrounding NBA teams that have been great over the last 2 or 3 years, this year, whatever the case may be, management shakes things up when things don't go well. And the firing of Milwaukee's coach, Phoenix coach, and just recently Sixers coach with Doc, that shows the management's aggressiveness to say, hey, things not going well. We don't care what our record was. Let's shake things up.
Yep.
So the biggest problem with the Bulls is I don't know what it is that they're seeing in Billy Donovan and his staff and their management crew, but something needs to be shaken up. They give a guy an extension in the middle of a mediocre, going backwards in my opinion, season. Granted, Lonzo Ball was out, but still, there are so many things that took place that shows lack of coaching, lack of discipline. And it doesn't show us as fans of the Bulls that they are serious. Like other teams, we had the #1 seed, but we didn't do good in the playoffs. Coach, you out of here. That's showing that, hey, this management is serious about doing something, even if it may seem controversial, but they holding somebody accountable.
Yeah.
The Bulls are not holding anybody accountable whatsoever throughout the organization. That results in the play-in debacle. They won one but didn't show up for the other game. Coaching. That's what we saw the whole year. So for me, they need to shake things up management-wise. Do something with the coaching. Stop giving out extensions to coaches that don't. They didn't earn it. He didn't earn an extension. If anything, he earned just to see what we do to the end of the season. Now let's see. Now we got all these coaches available, and we stuck in the middle of an extension with a guy who ain't getting it done.
Right.
So. Yeah, that's what they need to do, man. Shake up the management. Until that happens, we in trouble.
Well, you talk about that play-in game. The second they won the first game against Toronto. Yeah. That second game, the Bulls was right. Look at the Miami Heat. They are in the Eastern Conference Finals right now. Yeah. The Bulls had them on the ropes, and guess what? And Kobe White was going crazy. And guess what he decides to do?
Take him out.
Take for Pat Beverly
and Drummond. Kobe White and Drummond was controlling the flow of the game. Drummond was on the rebounds and defense. Kobe White was doing the scoring and also playing defense.
Yeah.
Those two kept the Bulls in the game. They actually got the Bulls a small lead. And all of a sudden, they was pulled out of the game and we never saw them again in the fourth quarter towards the end of the game.
Yeah, Kobe
made no sense.
Kobe White in that game, the Bulls, they was down 3 points with 90 seconds to go in that game.
Yeah.
Bulls had the ball. And Kobe White was on the bench. And the man had hit 4 threes in that game.
He had like 14 to 16 points.
Yeah, he was on fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm
and he had Pat Beverly in the game. Pat Beverly, guess how many shots Pat Beverly hit in that game? 0. He was 0 for 4 from the field.
Coaching, brother.
And so, Billy Donovan, that made absolutely no sense.
So that end of the season left a sour taste. And I just feels like when he don't like a player or he don't think a player, he doesn't know how to see the value in a player. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Adi, talk to me. What's up with the Bulls? What they need to do this offseason?
Yeah, you know what? And James talked about giving Billy Donovan an extension, and without him really bringing forth the results. So I'm going to take it a step further. Reinsdorf should fire A.K. Conchovis,
Ooh.
He should be fired, Now, I was delighted when the Bulls hired him in 2020, during the 2020 offseason, because I love his work in Denver, They built that team through the draft.
Yeah.
The Joker, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. Those guys was built through the draft. Yeah. Then he came to Chicago and did the exact opposite. Okay,
right.
He traded a couple of young players with potential and a few first-round picks for aging stars in their 30s. Okay, you had 3 first-round picks this man traded. He traded Lauri Markkanen, who I'm on the record saying before they even traded Markkanen, they should keep this guy. They traded him to to Cleveland and everything. Now he's an all-star with Utah. He'll be 26 years old next season. Then you had Wendell Carter Jr. He's with the Orlando Magic. He averages 15 points a game, almost double-digit rebounds, a solid defender. He'll be 24 years old next season, okay? And 3 first-round picks for Nikola Vucevic, who we can lose in free agency for nothing, okay, this offseason, and he'll be 33 next season. Then you got DeMar DeRozan. Now, the Spurs can get the Bulls first round pick in 2025 because of that DeMar DeRozan trade, okay?
Fuck, man.
Yeah, so,
holy shit.
Yes. The Spurs can get the Wembanyama and all of them can get the Bulls first round pick in 2025 for the DeMar DeRozan trade, but it's top 10 protected. So the only way the Bulls can keep it is if they suck, okay? And so, and he did all that. And then we talked about him hiring the overrated and yet very charismatic Billy Donovan. Okay? That man, you see him in the media post game, this man sounds great, you know what I'm saying? He's a very charismatic guy. Yeah. But the Kobe White stuff with the Pat Beverly and against the Heat in the tournament, he did that several times in the season. Yeah, he did. Where I see the Bulls, they need the 3-pointer with like 10 seconds to go, and Patrick Beverly would be in the game. Yeah. And I'm like, where's Kobe White type stuff? Yep. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing about Billy Donovan, when he sees Alex Caruso, now when I see Alex Caruso, I see a 6'4" shooting guard. That's a very good defender. But when Billy Donovan sees him, he sees Scottie Pippen, he sees Dikembe Mutombo, he sees Gary Payton, all morphed into one person.
He be having them guard like Siakam and LeBron James.
He put him on LeBron. I say, really, Billy?
Come on, Billy. You stop it.
And then you got Jimmy Butler abusing Caruso in the post and the paint in that play-in tournament game. They had to double him, leaving Strus open for threes. That man hit 7 threes in that game. While the 220-pound, 6'8" Patrick Williams, very athletic, is riding the bench. He's in Billy Donovan's doghouse for some reason. Okay, he played his small ball stuff with, you got DeMar DeRozan playing power forward with Patrick Williams on the bench. Put that man on Jimmy Butler, man, change it up. So the man don't know how to adjust, okay? So the Bulls need to fire Billy Donovan, fire A.K. Karnisovas. Yeah. He came over here, he didn't try to get singles and steal bases and stuff. He came in and tried to swing for the fences. He went for a home run right away when he got here, okay? And when you strike out like that all the time, you gotta get fired quick. I can't have patience with him because he didn't have patience when he came here. Right. He came here and went crazy. He came here and went for the gusto. So when you do that, you flame out quick. It flamed out quick. They need to fire him, fire Billy Donovan, trade Zach LaVine, trade DeMar DeRozan, do a silent trade with Nikola Vucevic, trade Alex Caruso. It's over. It's
fire sale.
It's over.
I didn't say fire sale. So we stuck with this nucleus for how long unless we do that?
They have to. It's over, bro.
Okay, so I get what y'all said. So I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try to be a little more realistic. So AK is not getting fired. Billy Donovan is not getting fired. So we gonna have to accept that.
We fucked.
Yeah. So, but what I will say, let's talk about the actual roster. Let's talk about the roster. Now, we talk about how inconsistent Zach LaVine is.
Yeah.
You know, even DeMar DeRozan this year was inconsistent. Listen, when you got slasher, scorer type players, you need shooters along with you. So a lot of times, I'm not taking up to LaVine because I feel like he's a max player one game, then the next game he's nothing. But if you can't spread the court and the court is not open, you're easy to guard. So what happens? LaVine is in the game with Pat Beverly, Pat Williams, and whoever else that can't shoot.
Well, DeRozan, he's not a three-point shooter.
He's not a three-point shooter, so the court is not spread. So the one thing that Lonzo Ball did, forget the point guard skills, one thing Lonzo Ball did was shoot 40% from three, which made everybody job a little more easy and open. So the Bulls have to get some 3-point shooters. Yeah. They need some sharp shooters. We're watching the playoffs right now. We were off air talking about Denver and all the shooters they got around the Joker. You know, we talking like LeBron James, all the shooters that they made that trade and got all those shooters to play with LeBron and AD.
Yeah, but the thing is, here's the thing though. I'm gonna talk about this later, but actually, man, I agree they need more shooters, but it's really the point guard, because when they had Lonzo Ball, when he was healthy, the Bulls was the number 1 team in the East. So with the same roster, so Kobe White can shoot, Levine can shoot, Vooch can shoot. So it's the point guard to me.
It's definitely the point guard, but I also think it's the shooters, because you remember, Lonzo Ball, we break up Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball was knocking down 40% from three.
Yeah.
So when they, you know what I'm saying? So when they was trapping or they was trying to get the ball out of Levine or DeRozan's hand, Lonzo Ball was knocking the threes down. Who's the guard from Chicago?
Ayo.
He's not knocking down nothing. Pat Bell's not knocking down nothing. Alex Caruso's not knocking down nothing.
But the thing is, that's the other problem with bringing in Patrick Beverly.
Yeah.
Ayo, they should have gave. See, the thing with Billy Donovan and what he's really messing up, and AK too, they don't want to develop young players. They're not developing these young players.
No.
When we lost Lonzo Ball, that was Ayo's time to give us 25 to 30 minutes a game. Get some experience, okay? Same with Patrick Williams, who was shooting pretty decent from downtown. These guys are riding the bench. They're not in the game. They're only playing minimum minutes. Okay, these guys need to develop, get out there and get some open looks, knock down some shots, get some confidence, and develop. Okay, that's why so many players, like Bobby Portis and all these people campaign, they go to these other teams and all of a sudden they're thriving. They come off the bench, they hitting threes, they make it in the playoffs, they advancing in the playoffs and stuff like that. And with the Bulls, they didn't develop them because they riding the bench. They do it every time. So that's the problem. Don't like Patrick Beverly. No, Ayo, you go in there. You might have some growing pains, but we gotta live with that. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to develop young players.
I agree with that. I agree with you on that. But I think Ayo was given a great opportunity. He was a starting point guard at the beginning of the season. Now, to be fair, I don't know if Billy Donovan was coaching them correctly.
No, ain't no I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was using them correctly.
I don't know. It's a facility.
But Ayo came into this season as a starting point guard. Yeah. And he started most of the season. But for some reason, I don't know.
It's only his second year in the league. It's only his second year in the league. His rookie year was last year. He played like half the season, started less than half the season. And all of a sudden, you're pulling them and you're bringing in Patrick.
That's what the Bulls had this year. According versus this year to last year, you know what they had? Expectations. It's different. When the Bulls last year came out the gate killing everybody, no one expected no one even when we picked up DeMar DeRozan and we had Levine, people was like, oh, the Bulls will be in the play-in. That was the season, even with Lonzo Ball. Right. So we caught people off guard. When people figured us out and locked in, we couldn't adjust.
Well, no, they didn't figure us out. They did not figure us out. Lonzo Ball got hurt.
But our coach didn't figure out that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Our coach didn't adjust to that.
Yeah, he sucks. He's overrated. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. And it's a Lonzo Ball situation.
But the roster needs to but you said it needs to be overhauled. I don't think Levine is going nowhere. Like it or not, I don't think he's going nowhere. He just got a max contract. Unless someone blows him through the roof with an offer they can't refuse, I think he's back. I think
even if we do or they do shake up the roster and we keep these damn same coaches.
No. They need to get rid of everybody.
Doing something with the roster, not the coaches, is not going to change.
That's not going to change.
Billy Donovan signed a 5-year extension?
I don't know how long the extension was.
Was it 2 years?
It's a 2-year extension, but I don't know extended from what was in place already.
I don't think Billy Donovan's going nowhere. If he was going to get fired, he would have been fired already.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, now look, I don't believe he's going to. The question was, what should?
I get what you're saying, but I was speaking realistically. Like, what needs that? The roster needs to be. You need shooters. You got to put some shooters on that team.
They need a point guard.
They need a point guard. That's the number one need is a point guard.
Then we had a damn shooter that Miami got, man. Max
Strus.
I'm just him at one point.
The Bulls always Dinwiddie. They always giving away players, man. The Laurie Marketing, all these players.
So they have to.
He can shoot too.
They have to get shooters. Number one need is they have to get a point guard because they need a leader. Levine is a good player, but I don't think he's a leader. He's a guy that he's going to score. He's better in the scoring position. Him being a playmaker, DeMar DeRozan and Levine is not making the team better. They're there to score points.
Levine can use some much better coaching.
Absolutely.
Much better coaching.
And I don't think
he's just out there running wild, and Billy Donovan just sitting there with his hair permed, just looking at him, not even saying nothing, just kind of just like living with the results.
Yeah.
There's no way Zach LaVine
I
should have
think
been in that
Vooch-
position at the end of them games more than one time when he's making them terrible decisions. Billy Donovan should have said, either talked to him about it or helped him out and said, you know what, put the ball in somebody else's hands at the end of the game. Let's not let him keep making the same mistake. Like, they just kept letting him do shit. It's like,
Well, I mean, where was they gonna turn? I mean, you had DeRozan, that's it. I mean, and then Vooch, I think Vooch is gone. I think he's gonna leave. I don't think Vooch is gonna be back next year.
Well,
I
okay, dude.
feel like
think
he's
he's
gonna
gonna-
leave, but I feel like he knows that the Bulls will give him more money than anybody else.
Vooch is 30.
So it depends. Does he want the money or does he want to win? That's what it's gonna come down to. The Bulls' only team is gonna pay him what he may be asking for.
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody else gonna give Vooch that shit. No one else is gonna give him what the Bulls want.
No, I think a lot of teams don't want Vooch. Like,
They may
there's some
want him.
teams in these playoffs right now
They may want him, but
that
for what-
can use Vooch right
that's
now.
why I say it's gonna come down to does he want to win or does he want the money?
I'm calling it right now. Vooch gonna be with Golden State next year. I'm calling it right
If
now.
he want to win, yeah. But if he wants the money, he gonna be right there on the west side of Chicago if he want the money.
I mean, yeah, if he he can get more money, but don't be surprised if you see Vooch sign with Golden State next year.
if we lose Vooch, hopefully we can do a sign and trade. Hopefully we can get something back from him in a sign and trade.
I think Vooch is a good player. I feel like they didn't use him enough, honestly. Yeah, and I feel like once again, this go back to Donovan. He just like that. He run the same system and it's the same stuff. But if you look at their bench, they don't really have the talent like that off their bench.
Right. I mean-
They don't have the talent, and that goes on AK. So you're right about that. But they don't have the talent to compete. Like even last year in the playoffs, I know Lonzo was playing. Well, you play Milwaukee, and I'm just looking like, what are we gonna go to? You know, what are we gonna do? What are they gonna do? They go up, they take Levine out. Who they putting in for Levine? Alex Caruso. Who they putting in for DeRozan?
Dude, he didn't let Derrick Jones Jr. play a lot either.
Yeah, Derrick Jones. He's an athlete.
When he get in there and have his time, the dude was producing, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just terrible.
I just don't know. I don't know
It's terrible.
it's just the Bulls are just
Terrible.
They're in the world of shit. Excuse my language,
purposefully.
but yeah,
we are in a very bad spot.
they're in a bad spot right
It
now.
all goes back to what.
So Adi's right, blow it up. You might as well blow it up if you're in that
They
spot.
should blow it up, but I don't think they will.
They're gonna have
That's
to-
what they should do.
You gotta blow it up from top to bottom. Too.
So you know why they won't blow it up? Because once again, you know what the Bulls led the league in this year?
Attendance.
Attendance.
Yeah.
And as long as those attendance and those seats I filled,
They won.
They okay with that. Like we not winning no championships, but we winning the money game.
Yeah.
People were so upset at Jerry Krause, man. They misquoted the man. The man said the players alone don't win championships. Management and players together win championships. This is going to show that the management really don't give a damn and they don't care about championships. They care about the ticket sales.
Only thing I will take, this is what I might say for AK, and then we'll go on from this. This is what I will say about AK. We don't know, like we diss John Paxson, and them too. We don't know the moves. Is Jerry Reinsdorf really like letting them make moves that they want to do? Remember, second round pick that Jordan, what was his name? Jordan Bell. They just sold him.
Yeah.
For money, yeah.
Yeah, for money. So you gotta look at stuff like that and like, is AK really able to function? Because I know AK, look, you watch basketball, I watch basketball, and looking at the trade deadline, there's no way in hell you can't tell me that the Bulls didn't need to make a deal.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and you know what? They gonna go through this summer without making a deal.
Yeah, that's what
They're
I'm
gonna show up with the same team that we saw a couple weeks ago lose to Miami. It's gonna be the same team.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same coaches.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same.
No draft pick, no
draft pick, no nothing.
pick.
Oh man.
So I don't know, and I don't think they're not letting the Bulls go on the luxury tax. I don't think Reinsdorf is going on the luxury tax. And all the teams that's winning right now, they in the luxury tax.
Yeah.
You gotta go in that luxury tax to really to try to win the chip.
Yeah.
To like really be good.
True.
So I just feel like the Bulls. I don't know how much. It's hard. I'm with you on AK, but it's also hard to know what AK is allowed to do. So maybe when he got the job, Jerry Reinsdorf might have been like, go ahead, do your thing. But then as it went on and Jerry Reinsdorf see his pockets, he's like, nah. Let's chill out. So
Well, Reinsdorf got to be like 90 years old.
Well, Michael Brown's his son. I think.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah.
Michael was running.
I mean,
I don't think Jerry ain't doing much these days, man.
but I'm just Jerry Reinsdorf, let's just say the Reinsdorfs.
Yeah, the Reinsdorf.
We don't know what's going on You know, as far as letting them make moves, because even with the first year, when the trade deadline come around, you saw Philly go get Harden. You saw there was so many teams in the East that went and made moves.
The Bulls are light years behind being contenders.
Yeah,
they are so far behind. Like, it don't make no sense, man. How far behind we are.
So Adi kind of already answered this question, but James, so I think we all just answered the question.
Well, no, I got more to say about it.
But James, all right, James, what's your real thought? Like running. So what if we come back with the same starting five? You got Pat Bev. Who's starting up? Pat Bev. Zach LaVine.
That's a problem right there. Pat Bev should not be starting.
He should come. I like Pat Bev.
Kobe White
should
start. He should come off the bench.
Yeah, but like if we come back with the same starting five, you got LaVine, DeRozan, Vooch, Pat Williams, and who's the other guy?
He benched Pat Williams for Pat Bev.
Yeah.
He had Pat Bev, Caruso, and he had DeRozan and LaVine, and he had Vooch. So he had DeRozan at power forward. It just makes no sense. It was really stupid.
So what do you think? Well, so with the same core of players, is it even worth the Bulls?
Thank God for the Last Dances on Netflix. We got YouTube. We can go back to any game from the 90s and watch a game during the game time. I mean, there would be no purpose to put your hard work time into looking at these guys after you've been at work for 8 hours for them to bring us this same show. Like, it ain't going nowhere. It's like a hamster spinning his wheels, running backwards with a blindfold on, bro. We're not going anywhere. There's no positive. Like, there's nothing to say positive about these players and coaches combination and management combination that the Bulls have right now. There's nothing I can say to give any hope. There's nothing I can say to be like, hey, maybe this can happen. Maybe Billy Donovan may wake up and get aggressive. Maybe he may yell at the players in practice. What do they do in practice?
There's a little hope.
I don't think so. The only hope is that he's gonna have a fresh fleece on when the game comes on, man. Like, and his hair gonna be parted nicely. But come on, man.
He's gonna give a good interview.
He's gonna give a great interview. But damn, I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing in Coach K for these guys, man. Like, Billy Donovan, like, he had KD in OKC when he first came in, but he had KD in Westbrook. He had superstars.
He had Jeff Green, he had Reggie Jackson.
He had a wonderful team. Wonderful team. Then after that, he had a Chris Paul, for a general, a coach, somebody, having his flaws. And then the Bulls go, yeah, let's get him and give him a house and let's keep him and let's don't say nothing bad about him. Let's give him extensions. The Bulls looking at this guy. You see how he looks at Caruso. The Bulls look at Billy Donovan like he's Red Auerbach or Phil Jackson or somebody, man. Like, what are they seeing in this guy? Because I have not seen him outcoach a soul. Haven't seen him do anything where I was like, damn, that was good coaching.
He look like a young Pat Riley. That's what it is.
Dude, they think he's going to be Pat Riley. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. But this guy is not the guy to do anything. He had his glory years in Florida. Some few good years at OKC, but he's not a proven coach. I just can't get with it, man. So my thoughts are they come back with the same court, bro. Like I say, I'm gonna be Netflix and Last Dance and YouTubing it up at 7 o'clock during the game because they're not gonna entertain me. They're gonna do nothing but piss me off and be like, feel discouraged and know that nothing good is happening out of this. Going nowhere fast, man. I watched the draft lottery in Chicago. I don't even see where we at in the picks.
No, we don't got it.
We ain't got no picks. Damn, that's what I'm saying, man.
Hold on,
how can we be this bad with no picks?
Jay, all right, Heidi, give me some hope. You said you have some hope for us.
Yeah.
Give me something to look forward to after this show.
I got a little hope. Okay?
Give me something.
Well, the Rockford native, Fred VanVleet, he has a player option this offseason, so most likely he'll be a free agent. And if there's any chance to get him, Reinsdorf needs to go ahead and foot the bill and pay the luxury tax, like Rose alluded to earlier. Pay the luxury tax for only the second time in Chicago Bulls history. Okay, teams like the Warriors, the Denver Nuggets, the Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics, and other top contenders in the league, they all pay the luxury tax. That's why the Golden State Warriors, they have Steph Curry making $51 million a year. Clay, $43 million a year. Jordan Poole, $28 million.
Damn.
Draymond, $27 million, and I'm not done. Andrew Wiggins is making $24 million a year, all on the same team, okay? So, it's time to pay the luxury tax, okay? And so Fred VanVleet, he just had his career high in assists per game, 7 assists per game, number 12 in the NBA. He makes 3 3-pointers a game, and he was number 2 in the NBA in steals per game. bring Van Vliet home. Bring him to Chicago, okay? Now, there's another guy in Memphis, a Memphis point guard, not the one that likes to dance around with guns. I'm not talking about that point guard. I'm talking about Tyus Jones, all right, the Blue Devil, okay? So this guy, he just had, coming off the bench, he had a career high in points and assists and three-pointers made, 10 points, 5 assists, 121 threes last season. And it's impressive to me because the man coming off the bench, he didn't get a lot of opportunities. You got John Moran out there, handling the ball a lot. So this man, Tyus Jones, if he had an opportunity to be a starting point guard, his assists can bump up to 7-8 assists, 15 to 17 points, get other teammates involved. He doesn't, he likes to get his teammates involved. But he is signed next year. He has one more year on his deal, $14 million. So the Bulls will have to will and deal, make a little trade to get him. And one more name, Russell Westbrook, okay? Westbrook, he's hitting free agency. He used to play with Billy Donovan in OKC.
Hopefully Billy Donovan won't be here.
And, Westbrook, he's going to be here.
Let it go, man. Let it go.
So, but Westbrook, he looked good with the Clippers in the playoffs and everything. The Clippers, they are super deep in the luxury tax. So they may want to try to cut costs a little bit. They might not be able to afford Westbrook. So that'll be another point guard they can bring here. I believe they need it. If they can get one of those guys, man, it's going to be a long season.
Yeah,
he told the Bulls no already, though. He had a chance to come here.
Yeah, because, Kawhi and Paul George.
Yeah, that was a
really wanted him. But I don't know if they're going to be able to afford him next season, though.
No, they ain't going to be able to pay him.
We should be able to, the Clippers, yeah.
Yeah, they ain't going to be able to afford him.
I think the Clippers are the management and the organization that's going to blow their thing up. They're not going to keep wasting time with Kawhi and Paul George.
They said they're bringing them back, though.
They said that. I think they're going to blow it up.
It's just, look, the Clippers is a team that give you so much hope because, listen, when they're healthy and you see them in the playoffs, they look great, but then something always goes wrong. Somebody get hurt or something like that. Because you saw Kawhi against the Suns. I mean, he was absolutely, he was about to go bonkers.
Dude, players been getting hurt with the Clippers since Ron Harper days.
Yeah,
Ron Harper
they got. Adi called it.
Everybody get hurt. When you go to the Clippers, you're gonna get hurt.
They curse. But the Bulls, they need to pay the luxury tax.
Yeah,
they're gonna keep this team together. They have to try to get a point guard like Van Vliet in here, or Westbrook, or even maybe Tyus Jones. Bring and pay the luxury tax, man. Because if they only did it. They only did it once in their history. They didn't do it again.
When they do it for Dennis Rodman?
When we had Derrick Rose, they paid him that deal with all the money and stuff like that. Yeah, so.
Well, I know the Bulls. If I'm the same core, like I honestly think they need to trade DeRozan. Not because DeRozan's been bad. DeRozan's been very good with the Bulls for the most part. Let's just call it what it is. He's been the closer, but I feel like a lot of teams want DeRozan.
Philly.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that want a guy who can close the game, who can go get buckets. So I think that's their bargaining chip right there.
Yeah.
Go, get some draft picks back for DeRozan. Maybe get a couple nice little role players and some draft picks. I think LaVine is here. I think you got LaVine. LaVine ain't going nowhere unless it's a deal that blows him out the water, and I don't see a deal that's gonna blow him out the water like that. Everybody was talking about the Knicks. I'm like, shoot, if it's the Knicks, I want Jalen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? They're not trading Brunson. So
they do. I mean, the Knicks could use LaVine, though, no doubt about that.
So we should see, though, man. The Bulls got a long way to go. 40-42, the number 10 seed. I don't see it getting any better. I think they're not going to make the playoffs next year. I think whatever they are.
Well, I can't. I mean, this early, but I think they could because I think they'd be an 8 seed because Brooklyn Nets will fall out the playoffs, and I think the Bulls will take their spot.
Brooklyn Nets gonna get better.
No, I don't think they're making the playoffs next year.
With Bridges and the young boys they got from Phoenix,
the Bulls are better than them.
But you know what? We thinking about other managements that's gonna make moves, and the Bulls are not. That's the problem. I bet you all the teams gonna do off-season moves. They gonna do things, trade, but the Bulls gonna be sitting ducks watching all this movement going on. So I don't think these other managements they're gonna get better. They're gonna get better, and we just gonna be sitting there not doing nothing.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Bulls shock us and they do good, but I don't see it.
Hey, Scottie Pippen ain't coming through that tunnel.
Yeah,
man.
so
we just Michael Jordan, man. We in trouble.